Last time on Gachiakuta, Rudo found himself flung off the floating city known as the Sphere after being framed for his adopted dad's murder. After landing on the surface, getting attacked by giant trash monsters, and unlocking a strange power inside his gloves, Rudo met someone who saved him, at least for a bit. But then, he let him get caught by some scumbag slave traders to teach him a lesson. Once Rudo's beaten those guys and learned a little more about the world down here, his savior, Engine, steps in again. And that brings us to now, with Rudo strapped to a bed in a medical clinic while Engine watches him being poked like it's the funniest thing in the world. While Rudo's being looked over by the insane-looking doctor there, Engine talks to someone on the phone and tells them that he's found a new recruit with some real talent. Of course, Rudo instantly starts arguing about how he never agreed to even join Engine's gang or whatever. Unfortunately for him, Dr. Creepy doesn't like the attitude and starts yapping at him about how lucky he was to even survive the trash monsters and the toxic air out in the wastelands. Oh, and there's also the fact Rudo called the doc a creepy dude when apparently she's actually a woman. That one really pissed her off, and Rudo ends up being kicked out. After exiting the clinic, Rudo actually thanks Engine for paying for his treatment and helping him out in general. Still though, he can't just join his cleaners or whatever just like that. In response, Engine just reminds him of what happened with those dudes who tried to sell him and tells him things work differently down here. Even if all Rudo wants is info on how to get back up to the Sphere, that info isn't going to come free. For now, he just needs to shut up and follow Engine. Luckily for Rudo, he decides to listen and ends up being treated to what might just be the best meal he's ever had in his life. Seriously, that burger looks banging! Chowing down on it like there's no tomorrow, Rudo finds himself pretty shocked by how livable the surface actually is, at least in cities like this place. He could have sworn it would all just be like the wasteland he landed in. As the two sit there, Engine explains some of the basic stuff about life down here on the surface. For starters, trash ain't the only thing that builds up here. So do emotions. Those emotions, once built up, are known as anima, which can do some really dangerous things. For example, as Rudo's seen, creating massive beasts of garbage, known as trash beasts, with anima at their core. Generally, those things stick to the wastelands, but sometimes they even enter the cities to attack the humans there. And the remaining humans aren't really interested in walling themselves off into prisons just to keep the beasts out, which leaves one other option: the cleaners. Since the beasts can't be killed by normal weapons, they have to be beaten by those with special items. Items like Rudo's gloves, in fact, which Engine reveals is called a vital instrument, a tool that's created when someone keeps something they cherish by their side for a long time and take good care of it. In doing that, they infuse the item with their own concentrated anima. And because of this, vital instruments can destroy trash beasts that are also born of anima. People who can make vital instruments are givers, and the cleaners are those of them who work as trash beast exterminators. All of this is a lot for Rudo, who's amazed that Regto's words about caring for his gloves were actually truer than he could have ever thought. After hearing Engine's explanation, Rudo's only got one question. If he joins the cleaners and helps out as best he can, will they help him get back up to the Sphere? Small problem with that, though. Engine doesn't actually know how the hell to do that. In fact, he's only half sure that his boss even knows anything about it. Although Rudo starts raging about that, Engine changes the topic by asking about Rudo's gloves. After the kid explains why they're important to him, Engine actually praises them and tells Rudo to keep taking good care of them. Reminded of Regto and truly grateful for all the help Engine's given him, Rudo decides it wouldn't kill him to be a little nicer. As he's thanking him, Engine just tosses him a bag of money, which makes Rudo even more grateful. At least until Engine reveals that he stole the kid's clothes and sold them to pay for Rudo's treatment. New threads, food, and then some. W scammer. In his frustration at the dude's scumminess, Rudo's too distracted to stop a cat from stealing his coin pouch as well. Instantly, Rudo gives chase after the thing into a dark alley. There he ends up grabbing a stick from someone to catch the damn animal, which he's half tempted to just eat for what it did. Luckily, the stick works perfectly to catch the cat. Not so luckily, though, the guy Rudo grabbed it from is pissed now. As the two face off, Stickman gets annoyed by Rudo's attitude and kicks him away to grab the stick. As it turns out, Stickman's a cleaner as well, and that stick's his vital instrument. Naturally, he's not so happy someone swiped it from him. After just narrowly dodging an attack from him, Rudo's about to attack in turn when he remembers Regto's advice from the past. Advice about trying to understand others and being the biggest man once in a while. Amazingly enough, Rudo's actually able to defuse the situation completely by following Recto's advice and apologizing to Stickman. Well, at least for a few minutes. Because just as it seems like they might be getting along, Rudo tries to follow another piece of Recto's advice, to smile at someone to let them know you're friendly. Unfortunately, Rudo sucks at smiling since he's never really done it on purpose. And when he looks at Stickman like this, well, I can't lie, I think he's clowning me too. Thinking exactly that, Stickman starts yelling at Rudo, and the two get into a loud argument that's going nowhere. Desperate to get along, Rudo tries to smile one more time, only for it to look even creepier than before. Between that and the fact that Rudo just said he's only joining the cleaners to reach his personal goals, Stickman's more pissed off than ever. Of course, when he tells Rudo his goals are basically dog doo-doo, Rudo thinks back to Recto's last moments and how he told Rudo to change this crap hole of a world. Taking Stickman's words as an insult to that memory, Rudo prepares to fight as well. As the two face off, though, Stickman's beyond shocked to see Rudo turn a random pipe from a dumpster into a vital instrument. Seeing the incredibly rare power, Stickman's impressed, but ultimately Rudo's just too inexperienced. With just a few moves, he lays Rudo out flat on his back, fully beating him. One problem, though, he's got shit on his face now, because that pipe Rudo's been using is actually an overused plunger that's been thrown out. Safe to say, when Rudo gets up and prepares to swing the damn thing at him, Stickman's more terrified than ever. What follows is a certified Scooby-Doo-ass sequence of Stickman running from Rudo as fast as he can, while the younger boy swings around a literal shit stick without realizing it. By the time Engine finds the two, Stickman's been fully beaten and shitted on. Unfortunately, very literally. Not long after, both boys are riding in the back of Engine's car, while the man in question laughs his ass off over what Rudo did. Meanwhile, Stickman and Rudo are each beyond embarrassed for their own individual reasons. As if it wasn't bad enough already, Engine then reveals that Stickman's actually going to be Rudo's trainer during his time with the cleaners. So yeah, definitely got off to the right foot there. Things just keep getting worse for Rudo's poor heart, though, because a moment later, another cleaner named Rio pops up from the back seat, and she's hot as hell, and she's playing with his hair now, and he can't talk to women to save his life. Just kill him already! While Rudo has an early life crisis, Engine just enjoys the clown show going on and announces their next destination. It's time to head out to Cleaner HQ.